Hi, I'm Michael Saul, the writer-director of The Surface, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about the visual look of the film, the cinematography, and sort of the inspiration for the visuals in the film. I should start by saying that the script itself was somewhat unconventional and was accompanied by a number of images and videos that were inspiring to me. When an actor or a crew member came on board, they got the script and they got all of the visual information as well, because I felt it was important for them to know how I saw the film. I did all of the camera work myself. I had an assistant camera person, and we had a gaffer who did most of the lighting, and between the three of us we basically shot the film just with three people, which I liked very much because it was a very nice small crew for our small movie. I was inspired quite a bit by a number of other directors, not surprisingly. Stanley Kubrick, who has been an inspiration to me my entire life. Terrence Malick, his film The Tree of Life, and Lars von Trier in his film Melancholia. Those films inspired me quite a bit as to the visual language of the film. My original plan for the cinematography was to help build a contrast between Evan's sort of three different worlds that he is in this film. The first world, of course, is his life with Chris in their home. The second was his life with Peter in Peter's home. And the third was sort of his internal voice, his internal story, his internal journey. And I decided early on that the scenes in Chris's house were all going to be, for the most part, locked down, wide shots, a little sterile. His home is beautiful, but a little sterile. It's very square. So I took a very sort of Kubrick look at that, and so you see some of the shots in the film are very one-point perspective shots. And so those are very clean, very crisp, very plotted. Peter's house, on the other hand, is for the most part handheld, because that's where Evan, of course, finds this past that he wants to connect with. So there's a lot of energy. I've never done as much handheld photography in a film before, and as I said, as I was the camera operator, it gave me the chance to sort of add the sort of internal energy that I felt was going on in the scene. There was very little traditional shooting in this film. There's very little traditional coverage, and I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to give the actors the freedom to go about the room and to change the dialogue and to do things differently. And I felt that it was best to shoot as little coverage as possible so that we could hold on to those elements that I liked very much. I felt the camera really became a character, and I suppose, truth be told, I would be better as a documentary filmmaker in a lot of ways, because I really enjoy shooting what's in front of the camera rather than creating something for the camera to shoot. And so this film worked out very, very well with that theory, in that I let the actors move about the space and I would cover them. So the camera really sort of reacted to what was going on in the scene rather than the actors acting around the camera. Thematically, I really wanted the story to be told visually as much as possible. So that's why we sort of go on these little flights of fancy, these visual moments, these internal moments for Evan, where he's looking at things and watching things and touching things and It was a story of discovery, in my opinion. Helping the audience to see what Evan is seeing is very important. The only real special effects in the film were the 8mm films. And a lot of people ask if we actually shot those in 8mm on 8mm film, and we did not. I would like to have done that. I think it would have been certainly much easier. It would have given more authenticity to the film, but it would also have added a great deal of money to the budget, which was extremely small. Shooting and processing and digitizing 8mm film is very expensive, which is why most independent filmmakers were working digitally. All of Peter's home movies were shot with the same camera that we shot the rest of the movie with. And then filters were added, layers of actual film scratches and film dust and things were layered on top of it to get the effect that we wanted. And it took quite a while to sort of perfect the look that I really wanted for that. The scene, the road trip scene, where Evan takes the 8mm camera out for the first time and shoots his first rolls of film of his friends on the beach, most of that was shot by Harry Haynes, the actor, with a small DV camcorder, which added a little extra graininess and extra effect to it. And then that was all brought back and edited, and then filters and film layers and things were added to that to make it look like 8mm. This was a lot of fun to shoot, even more so. I mean, it was challenging for me to shoot and direct, but it was also a lot of fun to do that. I always miss being behind the camera and actually controlling the camera when I direct a film. So this gave me the opportunity to do that, and it was great fun, and I hope you enjoyed it.